Welcome to my 420 episode. I'm season 4, episode 20. And today, live from San Francisco, California, we got Lil Flavor. How you doing, Lil
Woo!
Flavor?
Thank you. Thanks for having me,
I'm
man.
pretty
Appreciate
good.
it.
I like your mask and stuff.
Thank you.
Uh,
Yeah, it's kind of weird because it's a little hard to see through. So I think you're like over here, like I can see like the general like your
yeah.
general shape or whatever. But yeah, it's cool. I started wearing a mask like a while back. Like I I kind of noticed like a lot of the music industry is pretty superficial, and I think you need to have like a certain kind of look to you if you're gonna try to make it in the music industry. And I kind of wanted to I wanted people to kind of focus on the music specifically and not what I looked like or my image. So I wanted to like cover my face and just like kind of just put out music and have people worry about that and not like my image so much.
Where do you find a mask like that? Like, where? Amazon? Or?
Yeah, I wish there was a good story for how I got the mask, but I literally just
You
went on
didn't buy it
Amazon.
like at Ye's like garage sale.
Oh God, yay,
Yay and nay, ladies and
yay,
gentlemen. On today's show is yay and nay.
Oh my gosh, that would like so my family like we're all Jewish, so I think if I like bought something from Yay, like I would get disowned or something by my entire community. Like,
Yeah.
guy's out of his mind.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody a couple weeks back. We were both Kanye fans, you know. We were down with Kanye, except now Kanye went crazy again. And I don't understand why. I just don't get all Kanye. Why can't he just shut up? You know, go hide out somewhere. Like why you gotta be on Twitter saying all that stuff, you know? I mean,
Yeah.
it's if there's one group you don't want to come after, you know, that's the one group you really don't want to come after. Is
Holy
somebody is
smokes!
somebody calling in
Somebody's
already?
calling in on the landline.
Oh dang.
Junkyard Rat, like wow,
Yeah.
it must be my mom.
So
Hold
I
on.
so I met you at the Green Door event.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Sorry.
the funny thing is, I got a free ticket to that event. It was like a 3 day event, and they told me I had to be there by 6 p.m. And if I didn't get there by 6:20, they weren't gonna let me in. I swear to God, it said that on the ticket. You know, they didn't let me in until 7. They had us waiting for an hour, but they kept telling us, "We're gonna give you some weed. We're gonna give you some stuff," you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, they finally let it. But I used to go to the Green Door years ago, before 2016, when like the medical marijuana days, like the Green Door was one of my hangouts, you know. But it was weird. But you know the crazy thing, the one thing the Green Door still had that I was kind of shocked is the clock is stuck on 420. Did you notice that?
No, I wasn't looking at the clock.
The clock has always been stuck on 420 and stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. Whenever I'm at home, like I try to take a rip at 420, like just every day
Uh,
just to be like festive. But, usually like if I'm working or something like that, like I kind of can't.
yeah.
So I'll usually just text like my friends and family like blaze it, and it's my mom usually is kind of like I don't
Uh,
know what that means, but okay, I love you too.
Oh, your mom is a pothead too, or?
No, no, my mom is not a pothead at all. There wasn't it's kind of interesting, like she isn't a pothead and she's not like against weed. Like she didn't grow up in the like the US like just say no,
Yeah.
like era. Like she did, but she grew up in a different country.
Oh, where
So they
did
didn't
she?
have it.
Do you mind?
Oh yeah, so
Is that?
she grew up, so she was born in Russia in the USSR.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, like under I think was Stalin still alive at that point?
Stalin. Stalin? No,
Yeah, Stalin. Did
no.
he die in the 50s
I
or
think so. I
Yeah,
never
okay.
heard of
My mom was born in
Stalin.
the early 60s.
Okay.
So maybe a little bit
I
after.
think Stalin. Yeah, Stalin might have been gone by then, wasn't he? No, me. I think Stalin. Yeah, I think Stalin went out in the 50s, right?
I think so.
I'm not sure. You know, I know a lot about Russian history because I grew up during the Cold War, so they would force feed us all this stuff. Have you been to Russia, by the way? Yeah.
Oh, hell no. I would be like I think as a stoner like non-binary person, I
Uh,
would be like completely terrified to go to Russia.
You wouldn't go. Like, you never thought about that. Like, you never thought about going back to see where your mom grew up. I know
Yeah.
now, but maybe with if things got better, would you ever go want to visit or?
Sure. Yeah, if
Yeah.
things got better and a little less chaotic, I'm sure. So like after my mom like was born, after she lived in Russia for like 12 years or so, and then she immigrated to Israel,
Oh yeah.
which is a whole shit show of
Oh
whatever. You know what
yeah.
I mean? Like
Oh,
so it's another thing, like it kind of sucks because she lives there now, and like I don't feel comfortable like visiting 100%.
oh yeah.
So it's just like, yeah, it's like it's kind of difficult. Like it
When
kind
was
of
the
sucks.
last time you were down there?
2019.
Oh, okay.
It's been a while. Yeah.
Is Israel's big on weed too, right? I mean,
No.
I thought they were like I thought the government was all into medical marijuana.
My understanding is medical marijuana is legal there,
Yeah.
but recreational obviously isn't. I think it might just be a fine if you're caught with possession.
Yeah.
A lot of young people smoke though. That's kind of my understanding.
I mean, it's a given. The Middle East is big on weed, right? I mean, I never understood why the Middle East was always big for weed, but you got
Um,
you got certain areas that make good hash. You
oh
know?
yeah.
Yeah.
They my I have a friend who has a friend whose grandfather was a hash maker in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he would like make hash in Afghanistan back when he was there. It's cool. Like it's I think like cuz I think like cannabis first developed like in Nepal and then like made its way over to India and then made its way like through like the what is it like the Silk Trail or the Silk Road or whatever like
Yeah, the
ancient
Silk Road, yeah,
yeah
the
like
Silk
ancient
Road.
Mesopotamian like trading routes and it made its way like to the Middle East and like further up and like to Europe and like parts of like
Yeah.
Eastern Asia and shit. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, marijuana's been around for ages. I live in a no smoking city. Where I live, Walnut Creek, you're not allowed to smoke anything.
Ugh.
You can still buy cigarettes. There's no like I think we're in the same county. You're in Contra Costa County, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I think the only cities in the whole county that have dispensaries are Richmond. I think there's a one in Martinez. There's a couple Martinez.
There's one in El Cerrito. There's
El
a Stizzy
Cerrito?
and yeah, that's where I go. It's like
Oh.
close to where I live. I go to the Stizzy.
I heard a lot of history about Stizzy. Didn't they like get sued last year? Don't they have a store in the Mission too? Don't they, Stizzy? Or
They have a lot of stores in this area, I think.
yeah,
Yeah, I think they're involved in several lawsuits right now. One is they were like supplying my understanding was they're allegedly supplying product to the black market.
oh yeah,
Allegedly. That's like what the lawsuit's about. And then uh exporting cannabis outside of the state to other states. I think that's another thing that they're
I
involved
don't
in.
understand why there's anything wrong with that.
There
Can you
shouldn't
be on both I think most of the weed all over the country is from California. Like
Mhm.
you know.
Well,
Yeah.
it would be nice if it was that way. It's like, okay, it's not avocados, right? And so, yeah, they have to have some kind of regulations when passing any kind of live stuff over county or state lines. Because like even what was it? I forget. They just found something in New York. It was like some sort of weevil or something like that, and it was basically somebody was trying to bring something in from some other country, and it had whatever contaminant, and they had to destroy it because it's been known to like wipe out entire crops.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
like if it had gotten to the Midwest and got to like corn, it would have like detrimentally like fucked up that entire ecosystem.
Yeah.
I was dabbing Stizzy last week. I bought a gram at Mo Greens of Stizzy, and they had like a $20 one and like a $35 one. And I was embarrassed trying to explain to the guy. I'm like, I want the $20 one. He's like, which one do you want? And he brought out like five of them. I'm like, which one's the $20 one? That's they have a dab bar at Mo Greens, which is like Market and Ninth. So yeah, I was dabbing Stinzy. Stinzy's been around for ages too. Like they've been around for like years. I'm always surprised how these companies that I knew back in the day were able to survive, but I think a lot of them kind of like got involved with bigger corporations, you know, at one point to survive. Like Pete Streets is another one.
Which one?
Pete Streets. How did you get your job as a brand ambassador?
Oh, so the first one, so I first started with Garden House Brands. So they're a brand house. They do they have two brands. One is Dom Pen, which is like an all-in-one vape pen, and then the other is Koa, and they're like pre-rolls. They're like little dog walkers that are infused. So I just applied, just on Indeed, and I got a call, and I talked to one of the guys who no longer works there, but he he brought me on. I did like some patient appreciation days, like events where I come in and talk to customers and try to get them to buy the product and stuff, like what I was doing when I met you. And then on my first event, one of my first events with them, I ran into this guy who was like the CFO of Rockstar, who they do a few different things, but they're most well known for like their infused blunts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're really good. They're like infused with. I swear this. I'm not trying to do a pitch right now. I genuinely
go
like.
for it. Don't worry about it.
Cool. I genuinely like. If I weren't a brand ambassador for them, I totally would like fuck with them. They're really cool. They're like infused blunts. They're like it's like 2.7 grams or something of like.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Good size.
It'll get you high.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that the same company that makes energy drinks, or?
No, so it's a different company. This is Rockstar Cannabis. They actually did talk to Rockstar Energy because they wanted to make sure they weren't going to get sued. And they were essentially like, okay, like you can use this name, just don't make any drinks.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So no, I don't think they're going to be making any like,
Any drinks? Hell yeah.
Yeah. But these are awesome. I love these things.
Yeah, these are great. Like they're part of the PBR company. PBR makes like another drink, but it's like 25 milligrams. But I'm surprised people get surprised with 100 milligrams because back in the day, you could buy chocolate bars that were like 1,500 milligrams. There was a company called Kiva. They had a chocolate bar called 5150.
They're still around, by the way.
Yeah, Kiva is still around.
Yeah.
But you get micro doses. Even like Steve OG's bar used to be like a 1,200 or 1,500 milligram bar, and it was like just slightly bigger than like a what do you want to call it? A Ghirardelli square. It was like a Ghirardelli square.
Yeah.
And so like you eat the entire thing and.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can you handle those?
I think I've never done that much, but I've done edibles that are really strong because, I used to go to a sesh in Oakland. Like, I used to fuck with the black market a lot.
Yeah.
And there, they don't give a fuck. They'll sell you stuff no matter how strong, but...
Yeah, back in the day when we used to perform at the different hemp cons and stuff, everybody used to have the syrup.
The what?
The syrup.
Oh, yeah, the syrup.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It came in a bottle that looked like... literally like a cough medicine bottle,
Yeah.
and it was literally, I think each one was like 3,000 milligrams.
Yeah.
And if you were partying all day drinking, like a 2-liter bottle and that shit back and forth,
Those were the best and stuff.
Aren't those still available? Like if you have a medical card?
Right, but I think some of those bottles they have to max out at like 200 or 300 milligrams.
Yeah.
So you're taking in a lot more sugar and bullshit, and you're still paying the price.
The weird thing about the medical card, like if you got a medical card from the government, I guess you weren't allowed to own guns or something.
Yeah. It's like that in a lot of states. Like where I come from in Maryland, it's the same kind of deal. Like they're trying to change it, but yeah, if you buy weed, you're in like a registry, and then you can't buy a firearm.
No, I've never owned a firearm, so I wasn't worried about it. But I got friends that do, and she's like, I ain't fucking with that. But she lives in Oakland. Oakland's a different world, Oakland's a different. What do you think about the Bay Area?
I mean, so far I like it a lot. I don't know, the West Coast in general is pretty different than the East Coast. People here are a little bit more chill, a little bit of a slower like pace. Like on the East Coast, like it's a lot more like go, go, go. And if you're in someone's way, like they're gonna tell you to fuck right off in a very rude way. So I don't know. It's just I like it. I like the culture here a lot more. I think it fits with kind of who I am a little bit better.
Yeah, I think your music would do really well out here in the Bay Area. You know, I think. Have you ever thought about like trying to get a night where you play your songs, like touring? Or
Yeah, I think that would be fun. I haven't like I used to play in punk bands growing up, and up until like a couple years ago, like I still played in this punk band, and we would play like shows all over the place, and I miss playing live. So I would definitely would do it again. It's just like logistics, like how I would. There's like a lot of electronic elements to it and stuff, so I'd want to figure out how to do it so it sounds good and isn't like a mess to deal with like when you're playing it live.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Should we play your abortion song? Or
Sure.
let's play the abortion song.
Yeah.
Here we go. Tell us a little bit about this song before we play it.
Sure. So this was like written around the time that that Roe was overturned. So I wrote it a while ago, but it was around the time that Roe got overturned, and it reminded me of this one instance where a partner of mine she didn't end up getting an abortion, but she was pregnant for like a second, and like we had to schedule one. And so it's more just like coming from the place of, the partner who isn't having the abortion, kind of just being there for them and letting them know that like it's cool, like there's no shame, like, because I feel like it shouldn't be a big deal. Like, who cares? Like in Russia, like where my mom is from, people just have abortions and no one gives a shit. It's just whatever. So like, I don't know, like why not have that be whatever here? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, I can relate. My mom tried to abort me, but she used a plastic coat hanger, and I broke it.
oof.
That was one of my. I'm sorry, that's one of my jokes. Is that?
Oh.
Is that right?
Oh shit! I thought that was a
thought you
voiceover
were-
for the Dollar Tree in there, plastic
Nah,
hanger.
that's one
Oh.
of my jokes.
Oh,
That's
I
one
thought
of
you
my.
were serious for a second. I was like, oh shit, dude.
I thought we had a new sponsor for a minute. I was like, damn, you're showing them love.
I got
Oh,
a couple of
man.
abortion jokes. Like, I don't drive, so I make sure I live at least like 5 miles from an abortion clinic in case I gotta walk down there with my girlfriend. If I knock her up. That's one of my jokes.
You have to walk down
Those
on
are
it.
that's one of my jokes. I want to be like, because I live in a senior community, and the seniors really don't. They're not worried about abortion clinics. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The seniors aren't. That's not their priority. They're not like I want to be. They're not worried about condoms.
Yeah.
They're not worried about pregnancies at all. Actually, that's what I'm trying. But let's play your song. Let's play your song.
Right on.
Awkward silence. All right, here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. All right.
If you fall, I will help you. If you need to know, I won't make you feel alone or ashamed. I promise you I'll never go away, away, away. I'll never go away. If you fall, I will take you where you need to go, to green mountains, lakes, the birds and trees. I'll hold you close till the bleeding fades away, 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 till the bleeding fades away. If you fall, I'll stand with you. If they throw their stones, it's just love that brought us to this day. This struggle too will soon just fade away, away,
was really surprised because I listen to a lot of music, but I mean, that's a really good song. All your songs are really good. I really like that. Did you play all the instruments or?
Yeah. So I don't really play ukulele. Like I'm not like obviously like well, no, I guess not obviously because these people don't know me, but usually I'm more comfortable like on a guitar. But yeah, this chords are pretty simple for like the ukulele.
You're
So
more comfortable on a guitar?
yeah,
okay.
totally.
Okay.
Yeah, than a ukulele. But you know, I'm a white kid from the suburbs, so I needed to have a ukulele too.
Ukuleles were big like maybe 12 years ago. Yeah, I mean, you would go to open mics. There's always somebody with a ukulele back in the day, especially
Yeah, because I
women.
think there was that genre for a minute.
Yeah.
It happens about every 30 years, doesn't like style
Yeah.
come around in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I was gonna say like now like a lot of younger kids are listening to like this emo punk
Right.
music that I grew up listening to, which I love. I think it's cool. Now I can like finally bond with the youth over
Something.
something. Yeah.
Right. Right. No, I mean, it shows a little bit of heart. They're not just a one-trick pony. They're actually pouring their heart into something. And usually some of the vocals that come out of stuff like that, you're surprised. That's why, like, even like with you, you're donning the mask. A lot of people just let it hang
Yeah.
out there. So you do this mostly for not to distract or detract from your music? Or you're performing?
Maybe you're wanted.
Yeah.
You might be wanted somewhere.
Yeah, but the
Yeah,
problem
I
is
mean-
that's probably the face that's wanted. Is this one, not the one that's underneath it?
Oh.
No, so but I mean, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I mean, okay, so like, because I'm a performer and I have a really hard last name, and everybody said, "Oh, lose your last name or just go by your last initial or do something," and I'm like, no, because if you remember me, you'll remember something about me, and then you'll remember, oh, it's that weird last name.
Yeah, I think it's similar with the mask. Like, I think that it's kind of like what you were saying, like you're focusing just on the music or you're focusing just on their performance
Okay.
or whatever, and not like so much what my image is. Because I also think like there are some people like if you go on YouTube who kind of suck, but like they're super pretty and like they have like a lot
Oh,
of
you
views.
give them an extra couple points because they're pretty and they can sing.
Yeah,
kind of.
like there are tons of like people out there who cannot maybe they can kind of sing but they're really mediocre, and like whereas like I can't really sing at all, but I try to like make it
No,
up
I
with
think
other
you
stuff.
can sing.
Yeah, you absolutely
you
can
pretty,
sing.
You're pretty good. I don't know why you think you can't. You want to play another one of your songs? We can play. I mean, you're pretty good. I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, no, so
Thank
you
you.
can
Yeah.
okay, so like I'm a judge on The Voice or something, but your musicality, you can hang a tune, it's original music. I mean, almost the way you talk is like, oh, I don't want to detract from the music. It's like, oh, what are you, the Elephant Man under there? It's so you're like John Merrick or something, but it's like literally. But I've seen you without the mask on, so it's not that. But I get it. You just want your talent to hang on its own.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there are things that I guess people could tear apart. Like I do have like, kind of weird ears, or like I have crooked teeth, or like I have like this, I'm Jewish, so I can say this. I have like a Jewish nose, like the big, nose with the hump or whatever.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just,
I think they
I don't
call
know.
it. I think the medical term is schnoz.
yes, it is schnoz. Yeah.
Schnoz.
Yes.
The Jewish
The
schnoz.
Jewish
No,
schnoz.
that's good. That's fair.
Hey.
But okay, so then,
No, but let me put it this way. Like, I mean, I do karaoke and I've done a couple of rap songs. I got a slow voice, so I understand. Like, your voice just goes one speed. Like it's not like there's certain songs you couldn't do. But I mean, I listened to all your songs. Your songs are really damn good. Like,
Oh, thank you.
I'm impressed. You wrote all those things yourself, or
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't written anything in a while. I've like, I guess it's the like writer's block thing, which I
Is
don't
it
know.
the Bay Area? The Bay Area made you not want to. Were all those songs written in Maryland? Or?
They were written in Maryland and New Hampshire. Because those are the two places I've lived in like prior.
Oh,
to
New
living here.
Hampshire's New Hampshire's a fun place.
Have you been there?
Oh no, I've been to New York. I've been to Atlantic City. I think that's my. I've been in Florida. That's my East Coast swing.
Yeah.
I've been in New Jersey, New York.
New Jersey.
Yeah, I've been in. I went to Atlantic City one time.
Yeah, and all
Yeah.
I've done is flown over it.
Yeah, I stayed in the Jersey Shore. Actually, one of my brother's friends had he owns a house in the Jersey Shore. We were there in November. It was empty. It was empty, but
Oh, I know
Yeah.
Pauly D.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was weird being in the same town where all this shit happened because there's nothing going on, and it was like early November. There was nothing going down. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was empty and stuff.
Not a Snippy
I-
to be seen.
Where did you?
I kind of like what?
You know, Snooki's Chilena, right? You know.
Did she?
Sure, that's
Yeah.
why I threw that in there. 'cause
She,
it's
yeah,
Oh, I
she
didn't
was
know that.
adopted. She was adopted. Yeah.
Oh,
She
cool.
was you could tell she's like tiny and stuff. You know.
she's a
Yeah.
tiny little Chilean.
She had this
Yeah.
one show on MTV with like JWoww. It was called like Snooki and JWoww.
Yeah, Snooki and Jay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which was
shit,
like the
yeah.
height of human culture, you know?
Yeah.
You know, that show was delayed for over a year on its launch because they couldn't come up with a catchy title. So they went into a year of development and they came up with the perfect title. And,
You know,
$6 million later.
I gotta give it up to them. They would get pregnant, and the next thing you know, they had a new season. It was pregnancy time. You know.
Oh yeah.
I mean, men can't do that. Like, we got a new season. I gotta get knocked up and stuff. But yeah, she was pregnant a bunch of times,
yeah.
and I'm not sure I wanted to see her giving birth. You know, like I'm all about the beautiful birth process. My niece and nephew were born in a bathtub. You know,
Yeah.
that's why my nephew is on the swim team. I think.
You got to admit, if they're gonna do reality shows and they're gonna do things like, oh, every year they got to spice it up, or every
Yeah.
couple, so many episodes they've got to throw a big curveball in. I'm glad it's with the women. I'm glad
Yeah.
somebody's having a relationship with somebody or cheating on somebody. I'm glad somebody's pregnant. I'm glad somebody got an STD, because if it wasn't for the women, if it
Yeah.
was left up to the guys, it'd be like, oh, so what do we got? You know, we got a I got a new truck. Really? New truck.
New truck.
I got the new iPhone 16.
Yeah.
No.
They got shows like that all over YouTube.
That's horrible.
A bunch of dudes. They blow up trucks. Have you ever seen these
blow
shows?
up trucks.
They
Well,
blow up
blowing
trucks?
trucks would be
Florida,
cool.
yeah, they're blowing up everything.
Why?
Because
Because it's
people,
Florida and
we're
it's
men.
the law.
We're men. We like to watch shit get blown up. A kid in high school, we used to take my car, go to other high schools, and like when it would rain, we would go on their football field mud bogging. Have you ever been mud bogging?
No, what is
Yeah.
mud bogging?
It means like when it rains, the whole area is wet.
Yeah.
You just take your truck or your car, and you're just like you're doing spins.
Like
Oh,
you're doing like
okay.
donuts. You're
Yeah,
like,
you're doing But this was a fucking car.
like a sideshow in the mud.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, men are crazy, dude. There's a bunch of you because I have a friend. I go to his house and we watch a bunch of YouTube shows, and yeah, there's one show they just blow shit up. It's like, I don't care. We're gonna blow this car up, brand new car. We're gonna blow it up. You know, we're gonna do that.
I
Right?
feel like that's like, I mean, beyond being, I guess, kind of wasteful. Like,
Right.
I don't know, like,
That is wasteful.
I mean, it's like wasteful, like environmentally, but like you must have some fuck you money where you can buy a brand new like $40,000 truck.
Who's
and then blow
sponsoring
it
that
up.
show, right? Who's spending their
They
money?
make a lot of money, and a lot of these companies will just give you something to blow the fuck up. But usually they're not brand new cars, you know.
Yeah.
Your old friend's old car, you know. They got a new car. Yeah, bring your old car. They're just gonna blow
The competitions.
Yeah.
That would be cool if it was the
Oh, yeah.
competition's car.
I don't know. I would like to blow shit up. You wouldn't like to blow shit up?
I mean, I used to like do rockets, like, you know, model
Yeah.
rockets when I was a kid, and that was fun. I guess that's blowing
Yeah.
Like
shit
the
up.
SD's rockets?
Like,
No, do you know what the ones I'm talking about? The
Like-
ones that you kind of built. I mean,
Yeah.
you got them in a kit, and it took you all of
Oh.
about 10 minutes.
And
yeah,
see,
yeah, yeah.
But you put them together, and then you bought the
the little engines or whatever.
Yeah,
the little things
exactly.
that blow up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we would do that.
Okay.
And we would buy those, except, well, not except, like later on, like we started getting into like building them ourselves.
and modifying and doing weird
and
stuff.
modifying and buying like the really big engines where you have to like contact like air traffic control. You know what I mean? Except we never contacted air traffic control.
The
Really-
ones that would show up on radar.
I'm really happy like no commercial
Wow.
airplanes were flying above. Like they would think that they're under
we
attack or
used
something.
to have some really crazy STs rockets, and those are the ones that they let you build. They had like 3-stage rockets and stuff that
Yeah.
I remember
would go
those,
so
yeah.
high in the air that if there was a plane,
Yeah.
you could probably hit the fucker.
In sixth grade,
Yeah.
they had us all. Back when I was in sixth grade, they let us do all kind of. They had us build those rockets. You would buy the model
Yeah.
rockets.
Yeah.
And you would build it. Yeah, right on the fucking school ground. We're firing up these rockets. Like
In
as a-
school?
yeah, as a class, we all
That's
did it as
so
a class.
cool.
Yeah, I mean, it was different. My sixth grade class, they took us to Alcatraz to try and scare us. You been to Alcatraz or?
No, that's like one of the touristy things I haven't done.
Yeah,
Is it
you-
worth going to?
Yeah, I think it's kind of fun. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
it scared the shit out of me. You know,
Yeah.
I haven't been to prison yet. I mean, I think it they fucking put us in a room for like 5 minutes. It was dark. I was like,
Oh, dude. They so when I went to a Jewish school, and as part of like from like second grade to like 12th grade, and which is funny because I'm a total like atheist, like godless heathen,
Yeah.
but whatever. At the end of our schooling, we went to this school would take us to Poland and took us to like this is such a downer, but like every single like concentration camp like in Poland, and it was
Yeah.
the most depressing 2 weeks. And one of the things they did is there was this like chamber, like the like gas chamber thing where
yeah,
and so they're like, all right guys, like I want you all to go in here, and they close the door and they're like, this is what your ancestors went through. And we were just like, holy shit, dude, like what a fucked up thing to do to a bunch
Yeah.
of 17 and 18-year-olds. Like, oh my god. But yeah, like
Yeah.
it scared the shit out of me.
Were you looking forward to going down to Poland, or when you were like at that
Yeah.
age? Did you spend your high school years like, yeah, we're gonna get to go to Poland and stuff?
I mean, we kind of knew that like it's something that we were gonna do,
Yeah.
and it's cool to like travel. You know what I mean? Like it's cool to
I
go
mean,
to
I
different
would go.
countries.
I actually saw a movie about two cousins that went to Poland. I think, yeah, the guy won an award last night. The Culkin guy. I forgot the name of the movie. Something Pain.
Mm.
Not Macaulay Culkin, but the other one.
The other
The
one,
brother.
yeah, yeah, and their grandmother, but yeah, they took him to the con. I've never been to. I've been to Rome and I've been to Amsterdam, so I've never been to a concentration camp,
Yeah.
except for the ones in America. So I've been to.
Oh yeah.
They got their own concentration.
But-
Actually, one of my teachers, my English teacher, she was Japanese. She was Japanese American.
Yeah.
She was put in a concentration camp
Yeah.
in California. You know.
Yeah.
So they had them here too.
Oh, most definitely. And I
Yeah.
mean, one could argue like back when like in 2017 when they were taking kids away from families and putting them in their own like
Yeah.
detention centers, like some people were even calling those like
Yeah.
there weren't Nazi concentration camps, but like it was similar to some of the things some of the ways that they were treating them was kind of
Yeah.
similar to like
This is
you know.
sad to admit, but I did chicken out on going to the Anne Frank house.
oh that's okay.
I was fucking high. I didn't think maybe it was that appropriate.
Got all paranoid. You were afraid of making too much noise. They're
I
kicking
know.
you out.
Well, I'm a comedian. Take me to a concentration camp. A year later, I could have a bunch of concentration camp jokes. So you never wanna touch that line. Like you never wanna go there and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have gone. Like I went to the Van Gogh. No, not Van Gogh, but what's the name of that artist from Amsterdam? He had a big ass house I went to, but yeah, I should have gone to the Anne Frank house. I should have. I was in a hostel. It was pretty fun.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. My brother was living in Rome at the time, and he told me, he said, I got a friend in Amsterdam, right? You can stay with them. At the fucking airport, my brother's like, guess what? My friend's out of town. Like, I'm going to arrive at 7 p.m. on a country I've never been in. Now I got to figure out where to stay. So, yeah, I got off the train from the airport, and I actually asked a woman where the red light district was.
Yeah.
And she looked at me like, are you calling me a whore? And I said, no. I'm just trying to find a place to stay. And then I ran into a Chilean fucking restaurant that meet a Christian hostel. And 2 days later, I went to a regular hostel.
Nice.
Yeah, but
What's the weed like in
it was
Amsterdam?
really good. They had menus. They have like coffee places. I was surprised. I expected to see people smoking weed out. Yeah, but the truth is, this was before 9/11, and when 9/11 happened, I wasn't really that surprised because I think half of the people selling weed in Amsterdam were from that area, like they were from the Middle East. So I thought if the money flowed, it had to go right through this area because a lot of the coffee shops were owned by Middle Easterners. So you could, when I was down there, I wasn't surprised because I could realize that you could easily like flow money out from that area and stuff.
Why do you think there were a lot of like Middle Eastern like coffee shop owners? Is it like, do you think it's because like was the weed like local, or maybe was it coming from like countries in the Middle East where they're making like really good hash and growing really good like kush and shit?
Well, as an immigrant, I'll explain to you that immigrants always go for, the easiest thing to get into, you know?
Hmm.
So I think it's because, it was food. It doesn't matter. I mean, you're a fucking pothead, right? I
Yeah.
mean, do you care who's selling your weed at that point, So, yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why. But yeah, I think weed is just part of, like I said, it goes back to the hash. Weed has always been in the Middle East. It's been in they've been doing it longer than we have, I think, than the Europeans. So,
Oh yeah, by far.
yeah.
Well, the kind of weed that was in part grown in a lot of like weed that was growing in Europe at the time, it wasn't like it didn't have a lot of THC content. It was mostly like hemp or like ruderalis.
Oh no, no. This stuff was really. In fact, I had so much weed, I ate it in the airport,
Nice.
and the weird thing was that I had accidentally washed
Whatever
my
it is.
passport, and so my passport had opened up. So when I got to the Amsterdam airport to come back, um, they actually took me to a room because they thought, but I think they just wanted to hear me speak. They're like, let me hear, see if you speak like an American. So they let me go in, and I flew back KLM, which is it's probably my favorite airline, dude. KLM is just crazy.
Yeah, they're nice.
I know, like I swear to God, I was like kind of shocked. Like I think all the women working in the plane were all like blonde models or something. I was like, you see this on TV, but I've never seen anything like that in a plane. Like, it was just something else.
They're have you ever like flown Air France? Like their food is
Yeah,
really
Air
solid.
France is really good.
Yeah, they have good food, like solid food. And back when I used to drink, like I so like one time when I was flying back to see my grandmother, like my family's from Israel. I have a lot of family there.
Mhm.
And when I was flying there to see family, and I was like 20, but like you go over international waters, so like you can drink because 18. And I got to try some of their wine, and it was solid. And I felt like such a badass, just like like I'm 20 years old and I'm drinking some wine, and
Yeah.
what up? Like I don't know.
I mean, I went through that too. I mean, I went to junior college in Santa Monica. So, yeah, one day we all went to Tijuana. You could drink at 18, and yeah, we got shit faced. Like I thought everybody had a story like that. I mean, in Canada, you could drink at 18. Did you ever go to Canada to drink, or
Not because Canada was pretty far away.
how far were you from Canada?
Like 5.5, 6 hours.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like drive. Yeah, I mean it's pretty far from like the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. Yeah, it wouldn't be worth like driving up there just to drink like when you turn 19 or
I
whatever.
know. I mean, half of the fun of drinking before you were 21 is just finding it.
Yeah.
Especially for me, it wasn't easy to find and stuff. I stopped drinking after I turned 21 because it wasn't fun. I started smoking weed because you could still get arrested back then. It was still kind of fun, you know. I was still kind of like, you know, I
Yeah.
was still kind of a rebel with a fucking joint, you know.
I feel like it's still like even when places where it's legal, there are times where I still kind of feel like a rebel a little bit because
Yeah.
you're smoking in places like you're not supposed to. Like at
Oh,
least on the
yeah.
East Coast, like I was in DC over the break,
Yeah.
not over the break, but during the holidays, and weed is legal there, and if you're a DC resident, like
Yeah.
if you're like a native DC resident, you don't care. But if you're one of the transplants, like walking around smoking a joint, like they will seriously like give you dirty looks. Like
yeah.
they look terrified at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, I don't like being out of my element. So if I'm walking through the streets of San Francisco, not a problem. If I'm walking through my hometown, not a problem. But if even in LA, different parts of LA and stuff where you think, oh, it's cool. No, it's not.
Yeah, there's parts of
They look
LA.
at you and they're like, what the hell
Oh
are you doing?
yeah, LA is very LA. There's certain, you know, anywhere where there's a lot of money, they're not down with you smoking a joint in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you would think that. I think in LA we can look it up. Hey Siri, how many cannabis dispensaries are there in LA County?
There's like a million of them.
But
Yeah.
last time I looked,
7,300.
Okay,
Yeah,
the
it wouldn't surprise
the
me.
last
There's a
time I
Stella.
looked, it was nearly 1,000 of them.
But how
Wow.
many lounges are in LA? That's a better.
Well,
question.
now a lot of
Probably
them are
more.
making lounges. Up
Yeah.
until a year ago, or up until 6 months ago, they weren't, or they had them, but they couldn't do what they wanted with them, or
yeah.
you know.
Did it just
so
become legal there, or like lounges? Like
lounges in California just became okay. Now you can serve food and or drink in a lounge.
Yeah.
yeah.
And have entertainment. So a lot of people that had lounges, you had to come in, smoke your pot, maybe drink some water, and then leave.
Yeah.
yeah.
And you had to smoke their cannabis. You still got to smoke their cannabis.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's like a certain like price threshold, right? You have to like buy like X amount of
Yeah, I've
cannabis
seen
to-
places where, the minimum was like 10, 25.
What?
Yeah.
Most places aren't like that. Like I mow greens. I get in. I can buy one of these for $10. You can buy a joint, but some of them do watch you. Like they do watch you to make
Oh,
sure
yeah.
you're not doing other people's products.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
They do
yeah.
watch you, but yeah, it's kind of weird. Like at Mo Greens, they have a rule that if you buy concentrate, you can only do it for like 2 days. It's in the rule book, right? So basically, you buy a gram, you can't come back a third day and be doing their concentrate.
Oh,
But-
I see.
But I mean, most people.
I'm
don't.
surprised they even let you leave that day.
I know.
No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. It's usually the
Yeah.
day
Yeah,
of purchase.
Well, it's hard. I mean, not everybody has those. I heard that Barbary Coast had a bunch of those too. What do they call the dabbing machines, or
the
somebody like burnt themselves and stuff,
Oh, geez.
oh wow.
And I'm not surprised because I used to have one at home, and yeah, I would always burn myself, but I always thought about it. They're just like cheap tattoos, It was
What was
kinda-
it?
They were kind of fun, I would have these weird marks like circles.
Was it Spark that when you first signed up at Spark and on Mission Street, to use their vaporizers, they had you sign like a 3-page form, and it was all like,
Wow.
if you burn yourself, if this happens, if
Oh.
you burn down
Oh,
our
yeah.
facility, if you do this, you do that. Yeah, they covered their ass
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
here's a machine that
The volcano.
you would really have to try to create a problem with a volcano.
Yeah.
I mean, even you tip
Yeah.
those things over, they turn off or whatever. They're like
Yeah.
safety. So I don't know.
Oh,
But yeah, they wanted to make sure you weren't going to burn yourself on it and then sue them,
oh,
or
yeah.
walk around and put it next to like a curtain or something. I don't know what they were thinking you were going to do, but they just
I
wanted
don't know. Spark had some rules for the employees. Like somebody told me that you couldn't wear any clothing that had like marijuana leaves. Like you couldn't wear weed socks. Like
Is
yeah,
Spark a dispensary?
yeah, Spark is like a
It
dispensary.
used to be.
Yeah.
Now it's not anymore.
No, they still got stores. They got one on near they got one in Haight Street in the beginning.
Oh, do they? Okay.
They got like they have one in Sonoma. They got one near Van Ness. But I think they got a lounge area, but I think they just let you like just drink the shit that you need edibles. That's not really a lounge, you know.
Yeah, they used to let you. Used to drink their water that was
Yeah.
on tap, and then you could use like a volcano and smoke their.
I really like Spark, you know. I used to spend a lot of time at the volcanoes and stuff, to the point where like I think I got burnt, you know, a couple times from, you know, what is it called, the lava? The lava hit me a couple times.
The lava.
The lava hit me a couple.
What are you talking about? The lava.
The lava.
What do you want? What are you talking about? The lava.
The
Yeah.
lava, the volcano just knocked me out a couple times.
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
You know, it's an interesting story because the whole volcano, the company owns the rights. They won in court. They're the only ones that can make that machine. That's why you don't see volcanoes
Nice.
everywhere. Yeah,
That's smart.
it's just one. You can get Chinese knockoffs, but now they're really nice. But yeah, now they got to be like $1,000 or something to buy one of those machines. But they last forever and stuff. But are you really gonna just want to be doing the volcano every day? You know, in your house and stuff.
Yeah.
I came across one of those things. I forget what they're called, but they were like the first vaporizer, and it was a little wooden box that sat up, and you filled this tube, and the end of the tube was
Oh.
glass,
Oh,
and you
nice.
slid the tube over the little element, and you just kind of held it there, and you could take a hit.
Yeah.
And I forget what it was called, but it was literally, and then you would dump out the cannabis because it would be spent. You would vaporize it,
Do you
and it was
vaporize
literally.
or-
Oh yeah, so I used to I used to smoke like a lot more for a really long time, but I kind of wanted, you know, just for my lungs and stuff, I wanted to kind of chill with that. So I wanted to like switch to vaping and just vaping. So I have a vape called have you heard of Debuta vapes?
No, what is it?
It's cool. It's like this little like oven. It's like, you know, it's a desktop vape, and then you have this glass tube, and on one end you put in the cannabis, and on the other end you blow it in, you suck. And so you put the glass tube into the oven, and you just, you know, you suck and get the
Sounds complicated.
Is it? I'm kind of describing it where it's complicated, but it's super easy. It's just it's a good vape. Like you can get some nice clouds.
I got a serious question.
it? Do you see it?
Debuta.
Yeah.
Debuta vapes.
Do you see it on there?
I don't know. It's hard to see through this mask.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, so did your weed habits change when you started working in the industry?
Oh shit.
Was there something you learned that you thought
The
maybe
Buddha
I shouldn't be
vapes.
smoking all this stuff? Or
I think as I've learned more about the weed industry, I've kind of learned to be more picky on what I smoke and just to be careful with what I smoke. Like just because it's legal, it doesn't necessarily mean that like it's not necessarily sketchy. You know what I mean? Like not the brands that I rep for. Those brands like are really safe and really good. And definitely like you shouldn't feel weird using them.
oh yeah,
Yeah, totally. But they're like, you know, like there's certain like brands that might, not to shit on them, but and I'm not going to name any names, but that might be using certain pesticides that they shouldn't be using, or that they know are not wrong, but they know are wrong to use, but you know, maybe there's like a legal loophole around it or
Oh,
whatever. Yeah. So,
you know,
I mean,
who knows? I mean, when I started smoking weed, I would call my friend up. I would ask for some weed. I would go buy some weed, and then one day you got to choose. You know, you got to choose. Now you're in dispensaries. Everybody's got, you know, they got name brands. They got different. But you know, I have to say that the weed, I have smoked some good weed that, you know, that I think is worth it. I mean, yeah, I would buy better weed if I had money and stuff, you know. I mean, I'd totally spend good money on weed.
Oh yeah.
most of my money is gonna Saint motherfucking eyes. Every time I go to the weed lounges, I just get one of these and stuff. You know.
Yeah, they're great. You should definitely get sponsored by them. I
Hell
think
yeah.
yeah. You
I-
like rep them enough,
I would, but you know, I
You-
went to-
so you need to make one of these little times when you shout out St. Ides, you're real. So let's give you the chance right here. We'll do this professionally. We'll do this got to look at your number one camera, which is that one over there, and talk to him in 3, 2, 1.
all the time I spend days and days just looking on the internet for porn. Sometimes I like to drink a St. Ides so I can stop searching for porn and I can start enjoying my TV again. This is really good,
Nice.
but yeah, I went to their Instagram page. They're not even representing this shit, you know?
Do they have it? Because I know like some brands just don't have Instagram pages at all because Instagram sucks
Nah.
with weed.
It's kind of weird, you know, because I used to laugh at St. Ides. I'll be honest with you. I don't drink alcohol. PBR was always one of those jokes, you know. Everybody had a PBR joke. you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I am shocked. I am shocked that I love this stuff, but it's great, you know, because I've been smoking for years, and there's a difference. I'll be honest with you, there's a difference. Like if I just drink these things for a week and not smoke, I feel better. It's like, you know, I used to smoke weed on the black market. I'm trying to just get weed from dispensaries, wondering if there's a difference. Like, you know, and I always wonder and worry about all that kind of stuff. I've never really grown weed, but
Oh,
the
I
whole
just started.
pesticides, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're growing? Or
I just started, yeah. This is my first grow, but
what are you growing?
I'm growing. So I bought a few seeds of Special Kush #1. So
Yeah.
there's this company called Royal Queen Seeds, and they sell like all sorts of like really cool strains, and that's one of them. So it's a cross between Kush and Afghan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it should be pretty cool. It's almost done. I'm like a week and a half, like 2 weeks away from harvest. I'm so close. I'm so amped to like finally harvest it. Yeah.
I got some seeds.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I got.
Do you grow?
No, I got some Tahoe G seeds though.
Oh, cool.
I'll grow them out. Here we go.
Do you grow?
I'm going to. I
Oh,
have my
cool.
tent set up, but no, you should grow. Somebody should grow them. We should grow them.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
There
about
it is.
this seed over here? This one.
There we go.
Oh, cool.
What is that seed like? I got that at a seed event. What is it?
Oh, yeah.
What does it say anyway?
Wait, I can't. I'd have to get my glasses.
Oh, yeah, you can't. I'm asking you.
Hold on.
No, I mean I'm talking about this little thing here. Why am I asking you? You can't see anything. I can look, but yeah, this is what does it say on this thing? Let me get my glasses. I'm the one with the glasses. Actually, I'm supposed to get some. Oh, cherry cola, gelato.
Nice.
Just this little bit, but I got a bunch of Tahoe G seeds. I don't know. You want some?
Yeah, I'd love some. Thank
Yeah,
you. I'll
take-
take seeds.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
take 'em.
Cool.
Take this one too. if you
Oh,
want.
thank you. Yeah, that it's cool. Like it used to. Well, obviously, like I don't know what this was like because I'm not old enough to know what this was like. But, like back in the day, it was so hard to find seeds and find good genetics and like.
Yeah.
But now, like it's so easy. You just go online, and the DEA has finally said, "Hey, like you can ship seeds now. It's covered under the Farm Bill because the seed itself
Yeah.
contains less than the 3.3% of
Yeah.
THC." So yeah, I mean, it's like never been easier to grow, and finally, like I can do it because on the East Coast, like I've never lived in a state where it's legal.
Yeah.
I lived in Maryland. Maryland did legalize. Then I moved to New Hampshire. New Hampshire is the only state like. If you go from Maryland all the way up to New England,
hmm
New Hampshire is the only state that hasn't legalized cannabis yet, and they're kind of proud of it. It's annoying.
That's kind of weird. You would think that New Hampshire would they would have all that legal and stuff. That is weird, isn't that? Isn't that Bernie Sanders' state? Or?
No, he's Vermont.
I get those.
Yeah.
two.
Vermont's different. Vermont has legal weed, and they're a little
Yeah,
bit more
yeah.
liberal. Yeah.
No, New Hampshire's the one next to, like near Boston, isn't it? Like.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
Vermont and
okay.
New Hampshire are Vermont, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts. They border one another.
Yeah.
They're all border states with one another.
That's true. They're
Yeah.
right next door. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, everything I know about like states and cities, I'm a sports fan, you know. You ask me about any college in the country, I can tell you stories about them
Really?
because I'm a sports fan, you know. That's what I'm saying. Sports, like, that's why I know all these areas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you traveled a lot? You travel a lot.
I've been to a few different states. I've been to a few different countries. I've been to South Africa. That was probably the furthest I've been
How
from home.
was South Africa?
It's crazy. Like, it's crazy cool. First, like, it's beautiful. Like, it's a beautiful country. The sky is like huge there. It's like known for having like a big sky.
Yeah.
It's interesting in the sense that like obviously there's like still a lot of racism there,
Yeah.
and like going there as a white person was definitely easier. Like I went with people who weren't white, and literally like they've had like all these like horrible things like said to them like by other people who like live there. So the experience for me probably was definitely very different.
Were you wearing the mask when you got off? Did you show up? In a mask? Like, that would've been
Yeah,
hella
no,
fun-
totally.
That would have been hella funny if you did. Hey.
I've had people on Instagram ask me like, "Do you wear that all the time?" Like, no, I don't wear it all the
That'd be
time.
hella. You know, you could do that as a brand ambassador. Just wear, I swear, wear a mask, or maybe get one with like a weed leaf on it.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
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 altering it
yeah.
somehow. So even a different color.
Yeah.
Like what is it?
Green.
Isn't February like breast awareness, like breast cancer awareness?
Oh, yeah,
It's
so you can do
Turning
October.
it pink.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Put a little
October.
ribbon on it.
For April 20th or something.
Yeah,
make it green
whatever.
for,
Yeah.
you know, yeah.
Juneteenth, I
Yeah.
don't know.
It's
Yeah,
October,
that'd be
yeah.
cool. You could keep it festive.
Yeah, keep it festive. You could have like you could have lights adorning it
Yeah.
for Christmas.
Yeah,
You
totally.
can have what is it? A menorah for Hanukkah.
Yeah. For Hanukkah. Oh, nice.
Hanukkah.
Well done.
So no, I just had something stuck in my throat.
You can sell the rights to your like mask, you know. Different companies could sell you one with a logo. They could pay you.
I feel like
When you
Oh
start
yeah,
wearing
it,
logo
could, it could
masks-
be like NASCAR.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
could have your car like Pennzoil,
Yeah.
Firestone.
yeah, it would look like face tattoos or whatever, make them look kind of cool. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, yeah.
Like your own posting for Post Malone kind of thing.
Yeah.
Somebody told me I look like Post Malone on Friday. I was at the open mic at the Union Station. It's on Mission and 16th. They got a lounge. They do a comedy open mic every Friday.
Cool.
And some guy said I look like Post Malone, but I'm like, dude, do I got any like fucking? I don't got no tats, bro. No
Yeah.
tats.
But like being Post Malone, it's not like here, it's like it's here. You know what I mean? Like,
You know, you're gonna be really ashamed of me because I did the trivia night at Mo Green's a couple weeks back, and they have one segment where they fucking make you dab, and then they ask you like to name like 5 things in 10 seconds, and they wanted me to name 5 African countries in 10 seconds, and I was only able to name 4. You know?
oh shit.
Yeah, and you know,
In
yeah,
how many seconds?
in 10 seconds.
That's-
I named South Africa. I named Zimbabwe, Zambia, Angola. And I don't know why I forgot about Zimbabwe, you know.
I almost feel like we need
Yeah,
to take
Ghana.
I feel like we need to take a musical break before you get canceled. We're just
Yeah.
getting through the first
Yeah.
hour of the 420 podcast.
I got 4. And you know, they asked my competitor to name 5 supermarket chains. How the hell? That's not even, but you know what? It hurt, you know, because I wanted so badly to impress everybody. But there were only 2 of us. I came in second place. I wanted so badly to impress people, but Egypt is in fucking Africa, isn't it? I
Yeah,
could've said
Egypt, Morocco, Northern
Morocco.
Africa. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Morocco, like Casablanca. How the fuck did I not?
Madagascar,
Like the
Madagascar.
mole, Morocco mole.
Congo.
And then the other guy kept telling me to name the country. What's the name of the Black Panther? What's the name of the country that?
Wakanda.
And he said, "What about what?" He kept telling me to say Wakanda. Wakanda.
Well, that's not a real place.
It's
That's
good
a
that,
fictional
You
place.
know what? I think they would have taken it though. I think they would have.
It's,
I think they would have accepted Wakanda though.
Oh my,
I think-
but that's like hard. Like they kind of put you on the
Yeah.
spot there. 10 seconds. Like
I know. I feel ashamed, but I got 4 of them. But you know, we spent years doing jokes about Zimbabwe. How the fuck did I not remember Zimbabwe? You know, I mean, how the fuck? You know, but you know,
I don't know if I could even do like 10 states in like 10 seconds. I think I just freeze up or whatever.
you know, I think I took a test. I memorized all the capitals of all the 50 states back in the day.
Yeah, for school.
Yeah, for school.
Yeah.
I can't even name like maybe 10 capitals, but yeah.
That would be a good.
Yeah.
So you basically have lost 90% of your memory or something like that.
Yeah.
However you
Yeah.
look at it.
There's something that's useful. I'll be honest with you. You know, if I had known I was going to turn into such a fucking pothead, I would have taken science more seriously because marijuana is all about science. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just didn't even care, you know. I barely even fucking went. I barely like passed science because they had something where you could do extra credit. You would bring in like a story from the newspaper and you would talk about it, right? So I think I did 10 of those just to pass the class.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I should have learned something. Here I am doing these stories about these.
But I think we've been very informed. If you think about the last hour, think of the things that we've learned. I know that we've learned that Chris thinks the black market is where he used to buy pot, right? A concentration camp, I used to think is where I used to go to summer camp when I was a little slow and they'd give me tutoring for being on the spectrum.
Yeah.
Okay, so I thought that was a concentration camp. And also, someone out there thinks Chris looks like Post Malone.
Somebody
And
said.
so these are the things I've learned just in the last hour.
Somebody said I do look like Post Malone. But you know what, dude? You know, at my stage, if somebody gave me a bunch of money, I would tattoo my face too and go on TV and shit.
And become famous.
Yeah, but I'm not. I don't have any.
You'd almost do
tattoos.
anything, even wear crazy, weird green square sunglasses.
Hey man, I'm willing to do all kinds of shit, you know. But the truth is, the ink thing has always bothered me. Do you got tattoos? Or
Yeah.
How many tattoos you got?
4. I should know that off the top of my head, but I have 4. Yeah, it's interesting because you know, obviously like in Judaism, well, not obviously, some people might not know, but in Judaism, tattoos are like really forbidden, like
Yeah.
super forbidden. It says it in the Torah. It's pretty clear. It says, do not tattoo yourself.
Yeah.
So there are people in my community growing up that would straight up just like be appalled and like offended by me or whatever. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, but I do have tattoos. Wait, why don't you like tattoos?
I don't know. You know what? I just never had friends that talked me into getting that shit. You know, that was the truth. That was the truth.
You
Like,
think it
Yeah.
takes a friend to do it?
I don't know.
You don't think people do it on their own?
The truth is, like, the truth is, this is the real truth. You know, I'm from fucking the Red Scare, the whole 80s, the whole communism. And my thing was, I was always taught you might want to not stand out. So you might want to go through life with no tattoos so you don't stand out and shit, you know? I'm from one of the 80s where everybody was a spy in some form or another. Kind of like now. Same thing now. But yeah, I've always felt like maybe because, you know, I come from South America, from Chile. When I go back to Chile, you know, I always thought like it would be nice if I could just like roam around and nobody would like remember my tattoos and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, and also like it's like a permanent decision. So like if
Yeah.
you don't, it's kind of like, I feel like it's kind of like taking mushrooms. Like if you're not ready to get a tattoo, if you're not ready to take mushrooms, like don't do it. Like,
oh yeah.
yeah.
But you know, if you give me a tattoo gun, chances are I might show up with a bunch of weird looking tattoos. I would just tattoo the shit out of me. Like,
Yeah.
give me a tattoo gun, I might start like experimenting. Like, let me see what I can do with this thing.
If you could get something tattooed on you, like anything you wanted, like what would it be?
I don't know. I never really thought about that. Like, I've never even actually like even been to like I've been in tattoo parlors for other reasons, but I never really like had that idea, you know.
I've
Yeah.
only considered one.
Yeah.
I've only considered
Which one did you consider?
a bigger penis on my existing
Oh,
penis.
yeah.
And of
yeah.
course it would be black.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so and uncut.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah, it's
I thought I'd make you feel awkward for last show. I'm
Nah.
making up for Junkyard making me feel awkward last.
Does it look like I like get awkward? and-
No, you don't. That's the scary
Yeah,
thing.
nah.
Is you took
You
that
want to
in
hear
stride.
something awkward that did happen to me a couple months ago that I've never really talked about publicly? Like, yeah, a black woman straight up asked me if I ever had any black women. It's like, have you ever had black pussy before? I was like,
what was the context behind this?
she had daughters. That's the context.
Oh, she wanted to make sure.
Hey man, I don't know. I was at the set. She's straight up like, hey, she's got daughters. I don't know.
Oh, I see. So she was trying to try to
Yeah,
pair
she's
you up
like,
with somebody.
I was like, I told her no, but like, it was awkward. But like, if some black woman asked you that question, what would you think?
If I asked me if I ever had sex with other black people,
Yeah,
I would wonder why they would. I'd be like, well, why are you asking me that
she's
question?
got daughters and stuff.
How would I react? I'd be like, well, I probably would say no, I haven't like in the past, but that's not because
But you
of any
still-
reason.
I'm a gentleman. I don't fucking tell.
But the
And
thing is,
so
Oh, I don't care. I don't think
the
sex is
truth
vulgar.
is,
I'll
this
talk
woman is
sex.
about my age, so you're dealing with somebody like your own age, like So it's not like I'm like hella younger than she is. We're about the same age, so
Oh, I see.
it's it's appropriate, I guess. But I thought like
I think I'd be uncomfortable if she were like significantly older than me for whatever.
Nice.
Not because
oh,
not
the person asking.
yeah.
well, just because it's kind of a personal question.
Yeah.
Not obviously because for any other reason than it's some people might find
It
that
would
to be
really,
normal.
I would really need to know the context because I would be really
Yeah, man.
reluctant on answering it.
I don't know.
And it's not that I have a problem with saying that. I just have a problem telling anybody who I've fucked or not fucked.
Yeah, I guess it's weird for a stranger. Like I'm
She's
fine
not
with like
really
just
a
saying
stranger, though. You're like your sesh friends, which is
Oh, okay. That's a little different.
I see these people weekly. I'll go to this sesh. I would see them weekly. Yeah, I know her daughters.
Like if I was riding
Yeah.
with someone, if I was hanging with somebody, if
Yeah.
we'd been friends since high school,
Yeah.
sure, I'd have that conversation.
Yeah.
oh, I see. So you've known this person. Like,
It wasn't
I know
like
her-
a-
he's not like
I've
a
known her a
complete
couple
stranger.
of years. I know her a couple of years.
It
Oh.
wasn't like a hostile someone asking you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I see. It wasn't just like some rando. If it's
Nah.
some rando, I'd be like, wait, what's going on? Like,
No,
yeah,
it
geez.
wasn't random. Like, I've known her for a couple of years.
Oh.
I mean, it's because these sessions they have events, so I basically know most of her family at this point. But yeah, she straight up asked me. I was like, it was weird. I was like, okay, but eventually, I'm gonna say it on my podcast because why the hell not? Why the hell not? So,
Oh, that you were asked
yeah.
that question. Well,
Oh.
now we know.
Oh.
Hey, so now we've gone an hour 10, hour 15. Should we play some classy music?
Let's play some. What song do you want to hear?
I already know what song he wants to hear.
Me?
Let's play
yeah.
it. Let's play it.
All right, so we'll talk about it on the other side of this break. All right, guys,
Sure.
don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
Might be really stupid, or they might be good. I don't know. I was high when I wrote them.
You think that it's joking when you're pointing out their scars. And I've tried to kill myself 3 or 4 times thus far. And I think that you're an asshole for not seeing how it starts. And I leave you alone as I get into my car. on the phone. Rowdy boys make toxic tones. I hear the screams throughout your home. It's why I hate the big 4-0. You need to recognize your issues, or I'm taking my ass home. You think that it's joking when you're pointing out their scars, and I've tried to kill myself 3 or 4 times thus far, and I think that you're an asshole for not seeing how it starts, and I leave you alone as I get into my car. I'm keeping cool, but you are wrecked. Boys like me aren't a special sect. You lack the knowledge and respect. Little red lines to disinfect. Call it out or let it drop. Let's take it once more from the top. You argue why you shouldn't stop, so kiss my long hip braid cock. You think that it's joking when you're pointing out their scars, and I've tried to kill myself 3 or 4 times thus far, and I think that you're an asshole for not seeing how it starts, and I leave you alone as I get into my car. I can't say I bled my veins out yesterday, relieve my body from this tension, don't wanna hear your explanation anymore, so take it back, but you're too proud to face the fact that you're a stubborn, clueless bunghole. You think that it's joking when you're pointing out their scars, and I've tried to kill myself 3 or 4 times thus far, and I think that you're an asshole for not seeing how it starts, and I leave you alone as I get into my car. You think that it's joking when you're pointing out their scars, and I've tried to kill myself 3 or 4 times thus far, and I think that you're an asshole for not seeing how it starts, and I leave you alone as I get into my car, as I get into my car.
This song is really good.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's called Bunghole.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, I'm from the butthole surfers generation and stuff.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is a great song though.
It's after so it's about this dude who I was hanging out at this guy's basement with my spouse and her sister. It's like we're just all chilling.
It's not about our show, is it?
No.
Because this is a basement.
know,
What are you trying to
I
say?
don't take offense to that, but go ahead.
No.
What
no.
are you trying to
Let
say?
Don't worry
the
about
bunghole finish his
What are you
story.
saying?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
He's the wind beneath
Finish
my
the
sails.
story. Finish the story.
Yeah, he just made a comment that wasn't cool, that was related to like individuals with mental illness, and essentially I just wrote a song basically saying, hey man, you're a dick, and
Yeah.
like, fuck you. Because we try to, we
What
confronted him about
happened in
it.
the moment? Can I ask what happened?
Yeah.
He said something, but how did you react in the moment? Did you just suck it up and let it burn up, and then you left and said, fuck, this deserves a song?
Well, we confronted him about it. We were like, hey, like this is
That's
not
not cool.
okay. Yeah, this isn't okay. Like you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't say that. Like yeah. And he essentially was like, I don't care. Like I'll just do whatever I
So
want.
then did you and was it your significant other walk away at that point, or did you?
Yeah, I mean, I would have liked to smack him, but you it's
you
wrong
were
to
the
be
grown up
violent,
and walked
you know?
away.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's not okay. So I did the passive thing or the adult thing, I guess, and just
But then,
walked away.
again,
You did that Taylor Swift thing and wrote a song about it.
Thank you, thank you. No,
That's what you
that's it.
did.
It's a diss track, right?
Yeah, no, it is a diss track.
It is a diss track.
Yeah, those are fun to write too.
Yeah.
They
They're
kind of write
therapeutic.
themselves. Yeah, there are always songs that kind of write themselves.
Uh,
Yeah, I mean that one kind of did.
Hey, that's the punchline to my joke too.
you
That's
should
pretty
do
good.
like a diss track about me. And stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
But the problem is like you're a pretty chill person. Like I don't know what I would. You'd have to like diss me in some way. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm
No,
not gonna
my joke is that me and my wife had got
Yeah.
then was my girlfriend got in a fight right before I performed,
Yeah.
and she goes, "Oh, why don't you just go write a joke about me?" I go, "Honey, I don't
Yeah.
write jokes about you. They seem to write themselves."
Yeah,
And
You know,
so,
You're
yeah.
the,
It's
you're the
it's kinda
first
that way.
person who ever gave me a weed puzzle. So, what is that animal anyway? I
it's a
was like,
sloth.
What, a sloth?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they I think the way it so they sent like a survey around their office or whatever, like saying, "Hey, like what animal like resonates with you? Like what's your spirit animal?" And I think sloth was like the number one like answer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean stoners are sloths,
That's
I get
good.
it.
Oh, the playing cards too. Those are pretty neat. and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, not a lot of people do the playing cards.
Ah. My
yeah, I
mom
haven't seen that
plays
before.
bridge. She's a big bridge player.
I love bridge.
She plays online though. Maybe you can play online with my mom's friends. They're always looking for another
Really?
player.
I actually really like bridge. I learned to play because
Yeah.
when I'd visit my grandmother, like she was deaf.
Yeah.
She was hard of hearing, so
Yeah.
it was hard to like communicate, but like we could play bridge together
Yeah.
because you don't really need to hear to do that.
Yeah.
So we would play, and she'd be like 100 years old and like have dementia and not remember what she had for breakfast, but she would kick my ass in bridge, and like
Okay.
she would know. It's crazy how memory works because she'd be like, "Oh yeah, you played this like 4 moves ago," and I'm like, "You don't even remember like that half your family are dead. Like how on earth do you remember like what you played like
I don't
4
know.
hands ago?" It's crazy.
I don't know. Yeah, my mom, she plays bridge and she played bridge for years. And yeah, half of the women, like, yeah, they're suffering from different things. But somehow put them on that bridge. I don't know. They love that game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's fun.
They always got people playing. Like, I live in a senior community in Walnut Creek. There's always people who play bridge in a big ass hall place. I live like in a college for seniors. They got
That's cool.
5 pools. They got tennis. They got pickleball courts.
That's dope.
They got a movie theater.
How
They
long
got-
have you been there for?
for like 10 years and stuff.
Cool.
They got a little bus that takes me to the bar. I used to take a little yellow bus to school when I was a kid. Now I'm running a little white bus to bar. You know?
Yeah, it's like
I moved-
nostalgic.
I moved on up. I moved on up nowhere else.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, from the little short yellow bus to the little white bus.
Hell
Is that
yeah.
the moving up? Okay, gotcha. I
Yeah,
just wanted to make sure.
Eventually, we'll all be riding some little white bus somewhere.
Little white
the white
buses.
buses, yeah, the white buses and stuff. You know, people think that being a bus driver is healthy, but these bus drivers, they go through a lot of injuries and stuff. Like, they have bad hips and bad knees.
Why is that?
Because they're always sitting down and stuff.
Oh, and the wheel is kind of, I guess it's like a weird,
Yeah.
like whatever position to be in for.
Did
a long
you
time.
drive all the way down from the East Coast when you came here, or did you?
Yeah, so we drove through Canada.
Oh, hell
Yeah, it was fucking dope, man. We drove from New Hampshire, we drove up to Montreal, and then through Quebec, through Ontario, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and Alberta. Not Alberta. What was the other? Another province. I don't remember which one. I
Oh,
feel
so
really
you were
bad.
smoggling. So he said
Yeah.
it was dope. He
Oh.
was bringing it from Canada.
Did you go
Yeah,
through
we got that
Vancouver?
right. Is that quoted right?
Actually, when we tried to get back into the United States, they almost didn't let us back in because they
Yeah.
probably thought I was trying to smuggle dope in. It was crazy.
It's true, yeah.
Yeah, they it was this when we went back when we were entering the US again, we went through Montana. So
Yeah.
like we were in this random ass town called Shaunaville, Saskatchewan. Like there's literally nothing there for like 50
Yeah.
miles. And so like we entered through Montana in this like port of entry that's like super small and super like
Yeah.
obscure, like nobody goes through it. So like when we go through it, like the border patrol agents, like they like run out and they're like, holy shit, like there's people here.
Yeah.
And they like go and they're like, open up your trunk. And I'm like, okay. And they like go through all my shit and they're just like, where are you from? And I'm like, New Hampshire. Oh yeah? And where are you going? San Francisco. Why? Well, blah, 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 blah. This is why. And where are you from again? New Hampshire. Why do you have New Hampshire plates? Because I'm from New Hampshire. Like just asking me over and over again. And then asking what's in the car. I explain it's recording equipment, you know, and music gear. And then he starts asking me stupid questions about recording that make no sense. And yeah, they probably thought I had dope on me and that I was trying to smuggle it in like through this random port of entry. But yeah, they harassed us for a solid like 20 minutes.
Did they search your whole car? Or...
Thank goodness no, because so we brought like my like butane like lighter and like my butane can and stuff like for my stoner shit.
Yeah, that's always a bad
So that was in my car.
That's
So I'm
always bad.
I'm glad they didn't.
Yeah,
find
butane is one of those things, like, you know.
I'm really glad they didn't find that. That would have been such a pain in the
Actually,
ass.
I had the opposite happen to me. I drove all the way up. I was trying to enter Canada. They searched my car. I had a bunch of joke books they went through, right? And they basically told me that they couldn't keep me from entering Canada. But if I wanted my passport, it was going to be in the other side, going back to America. And that, yeah, you shouldn't be driving with California plates. California plates,
Yeah.
you're always going to get. There's certain states that California is one of those, but I mean, I did it wrong. I should have tried to go in the middle of the night or something where they're not even bothering. But basically, it was just, you know.
And I would have said, okay, so what you're telling me is the car that I stole the plates from shouldn't have been from California.
Maybe. Have you ever stolen plates and put it in your car? Have you ever done that? I've never done that.
Have you?
I had a friend that stole stickers and like.
Oh,
super
like
glue.
registration stickers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just for-
when I catch him, I want to kick his ass.
Yeah.
But you know, now it
telling
doesn't
you.
matter. They got scanners. The cops are just going around scanning everybody's license plates. So it doesn't matter if it's got stickers or no stickers. It's all like boom, 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 boom. It's all, you know.
It's all scanners.
Yeah.
It's all- yeah.
Interesting.
It's all great. What do you think about San Francisco? Like when you before you even came here, like was it your first time when you arrived here? Or?
No. I'd visited before, like with my family, and just spent the day here. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a cool city for sure. It's a shame that like a lot of people shit on it.
Yeah.
I think that's completely unwarranted. Like
All shits on it all the time.
well, if you're from there and you know that's cool, like you can, you know, it's like when other people shit on it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like people who aren't from the city who know nothing about San Francisco or never have experienced it. You know what I mean?
Did you think about living here? Did you like think about it, or you thought?
No, I mean, I never really considered living here. I'm glad I am. I always wanted to go to the West Coast, but I thought maybe like if anywhere like Portland or Seattle or something, but not San Francisco.
This is the best city in the world and stuff. You know.
Yeah.
We got Silicon Valley and stuff. You know, I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, Silicon Valley is where it's all at and stuff. And so there's a lot going down here.
Yeah, totally.
People still move from all over the world. They come to this area. You know, I was at the open mic and I was talking to a comedian from India. He said he can only be here for like 3 years. He's an engineer and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, being from DC, it's kind of similar because it's, you know, there's the government and, you know, all sorts of government related stuff and like diplomacy and whatever and the embassies. There's a lot of like, it's a pretty diverse place with a lot of different people, which is really interesting. Then there are also the DC tourists and they're terrible because they're all like from like, you know, small town America and they don't know how to function in a city and, you know, they're in everyone's way and, you know, they all have their stupid MAGA shit on and it's just, I don't know, like.
It's crazy. The MAGA people are crazy and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
You know one thing about Trump that I don't think people realize? He is like, he knows social media. Like, he got elected through social media twice. Like, I don't know how this 70-year-old knows so much of how to deal on social media, but it's kind of like nobody really like studies it. But like without social media, we would never have Trump.
Yeah, I think because he has like so much money and resources, I feel like that might be
Yeah.
super helpful. But I think he just like kind of screams out into the void, and I think there are a lot of people who are super frustrated and
Yeah.
like who are like, yeah, like him, and they're like, yeah, like I totally agree with that. That resonates with me because I also hate this and that group or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw one MAGA hat. Like I hate street, but it was a black guy, so I think he might have been homeless. Maybe he didn't know what he was wearing. But yeah, you don't see like MAGA hats. You don't see any of that shit anywhere in the Bay Area. Like there's not one city where like there's a bunch of people walking around with MAGA shit. Like there's you don't see any of that shit anywhere. Like open in the public and stuff.
Yeah, I was walking in like Golden Gate Park, and I there was this one guy just like talking about like US imperialism and kind of going on this rant and shit. And this one guy like behind me was like, "Oh, like that's like communist bullshit or whatever." And I'm like, "Get that communist shit out of here." And I'm just like, "Dude, like you're in San Francisco. Like this is one of the most liberal places in America. Like it's kind of like so if there is like a MAGA kind of person, like I'd imagine they'd be like that guy where they're clearly like visiting or something."
Oh yeah, I mean you're from the Soviet Union, like you understand all that MAGA shit, like the whole Putin thing and stuff. It's all crazy. It's like yeah, you know, you don't know what's going on. It's like, and it's kind of scary. It is scary, you know, like because you know, I mean, I came from a country that had a real coup, like.
Right.
I mean, you know, and my family, we benefited from the coup, you know. Like, my family's right wing. I'm not going to sit here and, you know, say it's true. Like, we were connected to the regime and stuff. We were evil people, except for me, of course, you know. Like, I'm like the good side of my family and stuff. But
When did you move here?
I came here and my dad was at the University of Texas when I was born. I came here at first, like 2 months after I was born, and my dad went to Stanford. My dad was an engineer in Chile. He was a professor of engineering, and they decided to get all these engineering professors in Latin America, and they took them to the University of Texas for a year, taught them English, and then basically into got them into schools all over the country. My dad went to Stanford. We came back in '79 from living 5 years in Venezuela. My dad was in the oil business. He was an engineer. My dad, my dad was an engineer in this small oil town in Venezuela. If the electricity would go out, the whole town would go dark. My dad would get up in the middle of the night and go fix that.
Oh shit.
That's what engineers did in those days. It's not like now where, you know, you got engineers who've never even been near anything like that. You know, they don't understand hardware. They're about software only and stuff. But yeah, we came in '79. Silicon Valley blew up, you know, and we got green cards and stuff. You know, because you know why wouldn't they give us green cards? Because they wanted more comedians. They're like, there's not enough comedians. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Here on a
I'll be honest, dude. Like, I even wonder what would have happened. Like, I could have been that we never even made it in this country. Like, what would happen to me? Would I be raised in Chile? Like, being in Chile and being me here is a lot different. Like, thank God I came to this country. You know, like because you know, thank God. Like people like me that I was in special ed. You know. I
yeah.
even graduated from high school.
You could have went through your entire life and not known your spirit animal was the sloth.
Hey man, the sloth.
There he is, right there. There he is.
There it
Right
is.
at him.
I
Look
Yeah,
swear,
dude.
I got a puzzle of that. I never even
There he
did a
is.
puzzle.
He looks so cute.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah, dude.
I'm like, damn.
That's perfect.
I should do that puzzle. I don't know why I haven't done the puzzle yet.
You should.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun puzzle. I have like a million of those things. One thing that kind of is one of the downsides of being a brand ambassador is
Yeah.
you have like merchandise, like a ton of merchandise, and it's just like all over your garage or wherever you
Is
like
that
store it
true?
in. Yeah,
that
they give you a
true?
lot of merch to give to people,
So
which
they-
is great.
But
But
they show up and was the Amazon truck with boxes of this. stuff?
sometimes,
Is it
Yeah.
is it useless merch that you would never use anyway?
no, it's cool merch. It's cool merch.
I'm down with hats.
It's not
Everybody
like
should
just
have
a
hats.
beer koozie.
I'm down with hats.
no,
I'll wear-
like some of them are like ashtrays and shit.
Okay.
Ashtrays are cool. You should have brought ashtrays for us. I
Yeah,
would have been down with that.
that would have been cool. They're like for ashtrays. They're usually like, oh, like it's for people who make a purchase. You know, you give them a free ashtray or something.
Yeah, it's like $25 purchase or more or whatever.
Kinda, yeah. Well, yeah, these products are a little bit more than 25, but yeah, you would get a free ashtray.
Oh, the
with it.
joints and stuff. or-
Yeah, like usually well, every dispensary is different, but
Mhm.
I've seen like Koa stuff sell for like 35, 40 at dispensaries for like an eighth of
Right.
it's pretty good. That's like a $40 eighth of or $35 eighth of like premium nice like infused flour. Like it's pretty
Oh,
solid. Yeah.
Right.
That looks good and stuff. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I don't think I don't know, like I feel like my spirit animal is I feel like I'm a golden retriever. Like I'm pretty excitable. I like to go around and like run around and pee everywhere and
That's not me, dude.
Yeah.
Actually, I do pee I do pee in cups at home, and once in a while I taste my pee, and I gotta say, I like the taste of my pee and stuff.
Wait, have you really tasted your own pee?
Yeah, because like I would pee in one cup, right, and I'd be drinking out of another one, and I'd get them confused and stuff. So yeah, I have. It's not. Some people drink their own pee. I look at the golden retrievers.
Yeah.
That's a cute spirit animal.
Right? I think so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What about Paul? What kind of spirit animal
Oh my
Paul's
gosh.
got?
I would want to be it would want to be cool, but it probably
You
wouldn't
look
be
like
cool.
Sklar.
It would probably be like a sloth or
A
something.
sloth.
So it would.
No,
I don't know.
I'm the sloth.
No, I know that, but I'm saying
You
is
can't be a sloth.
I would like it to be a lion or a tiger or a snake, but it wouldn't. It'd be
Where
like a
about-
goldfish or something.
goldfish.
You do look.
It'd be a disposable pet. It'd be a hamster. It'd be I don't know.
You
What
do
is my
look-
spirit animal? What do I align with spiritually as an animal?
You'd be like tuna or something.
Like an ant. Don't step on me. I'm one of a million.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a great question.
I don't know. Does everybody have spirit animals and stuff?
I feel like everyone has a spirit animal. Yeah, I feel like everyone has a spirit animal.
Yeah,
Let's ask Google that important question. What is my spirit animal? Okay, here we go.
I used to have a joke about that.
The spirit animal collection.
The spirit animal collection.
Yeah, it's gonna tell us.
I don't know. You could always just take a metric fuckload of mushrooms and figure it out yourself.
Yeah.
What's mushrooms?
Well, I want to know if there's a.
Tell me
business
about
there.
your mushrooms. Do you do a lot of mushrooms? Is it easy to get mushrooms in the East Coast? Tell us.
No, it's not. So it depends on where you live. In DC, it's decriminalized, like it is in Oakland and San Francisco. So they have like delivery services, and actually it's funny. The delivery service that I'm aware of, not saying I go there, that would be incriminating, but one that I'm aware of is they get their mushrooms actually from Oakland, which is cool, and they're more expensive. Obviously, they're probably like
You mean from
a little bit
DC?
more.
DC to Oakland? Or?
Oakland to DC.
Oh,
they
do they
take-
fly it in, or is somebody out there?
I don't know. They
You
probably
know,
drive it. I
if
doubt
they-
they fly it in. They probably drive
One of
it.
those moonshiner cars that
Probably.
go 1,000 miles an hour. Like,
Yeah, I'm sure they drive very safely because I bet you they're like bringing over like crazy
that
amounts of
is
them.
crazy.
Yeah. So, because it's coming from Oakland, I'm not gonna say prices, but it's a little bit more expensive than it is here.
Yeah, there's a weed church. I used to go to go to
Zydor?
mushroom. The Zydor. I used
Yeah.
to go to the Zydor. Yeah.
Yeah, they're cool.
Did you ever go to the Zydor? And stuff?
I've not had to go to the Zydor, although I've received their products.
I used to go to
Nice.
church services every Sunday. They would give us a joint and stuff.
That's cool.
They opened up like a church in San Francisco, but I never felt the desire like I did the Zydor. Like it never called my name, so I never really went.
What are services like?
It was weird because it would be this guy who owned this church, right? And the seats were like church seats, but it was like, have you been to this night door in Oakland?
No, I've been to so the place I go to is called, and shout out to them,
Yeah.
Oakland Healing. They're the shit, and if anyone's listening, you should
So
hit
this
them
guy,
up.
this guy would be telling us like, yes, I did like 5 grams of mushrooms for you, so you don't have to do 5 grams. I swear. And then he would hand out joints and we'd be smoking a joint. And I swear to God, I think he got up to like 20 grams one weekend. And
20 grams?
He's like, but I had diarrhea. He's telling us about his diarrhea.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
And I was like, nah, man, I don't want a joint that bad.
All right, here's the mushroom church.
So yeah, but yeah, the night door, I don't know, those were fun though. But yeah, it's weird what I did for a joint back in those days. What was I thinking?
I mean,
But
you
it
know,
was
it's cool.
hilarious. But I don't think, yeah, it was hilarious. Like, but yeah, he literally like for you because I want you doing 30 grams. I did 30 grams for you. And I'm thinking, like, are we supposed to like give him a standing ovation at this point? Like, what are we supposed to do?
So either 30 grams is like it was either really weak or really strong, but either
Yeah.
way.
How
like,
about you share the 30 grams with us?
I mean,
dear
even
leader?
just- that
I
was-
mean, how do you not just like pass out? Like 30 grams is, I mean, even like 4 or
I've
5
heard
grams.
that
is
story.
nuts.
He like passed out for like a day or something.
Oh,
and
he-
they couldn't
yeah.
find him. They couldn't find him,
Yeah.
and he was passed out.
I'm
and
not
he woke up
surprised.
in like a naked in a puddle of water on his kitchen floor.
That sounds right. Yeah.
That sounds about right. That sounds like
Hey.
Yeah. I mean, how else would you respond to like 20 grams of mushrooms?
or 30 grams or whatever it was.
Yeah, however much. That's
I mean, even
nuts.
that would just
I
wreak
don't know.
havoc on my digestive
I don't know.
system.
Yeah.
I just want to thank him for going through all that for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
he,
he's.
he literally would say that, but I was like, oh, whatever.
It was like
Well, now
the,
we know.
the coming of Christ, the second coming of Christ.
I hear you, great leader. Thank you for doing all the mushrooms for us.
Yeah, he said,
Yeah.
oh my God, so many times for us. That was
Oh,
nice.
but yeah, every Sunday. But it was chill, you know. It was chill, but yeah,
It was chill.
it was fun, you know. But like, yeah, I think they got raided. But yeah, it would be a
Yeah, they got
full-on
raided.
lounge. I'd be out there dabbing their shit, you know.
That's cool.
I mean, that's one thing about Chris. He just loves the dabs. He loves lounges. Like, you know.
I actually read an article about it when they first got raided, and apparently when they got raided, it wasn't for the mushrooms; it was for the unlicensed weed, which
Yeah.
is the DEA did not care about the mushrooms and did not arrest anybody.
Well, they thought they were protected because they are a church.
Yeah,
They thought they were being protected under the, you know, in America, everything is this law, there's that law. That's why you need 20 million lawyers, because tobacco's over here, marijuana's over here, alcohol.
yeah.
Like, it doesn't even mix, and then you're dealing with different departments.
It kind of sucks because that using these using cannabis or using mushrooms for like religious purposes, which there's a huge history in that. There's a
Yeah.
really long history of that.
Oh yeah.
Like oh shit, dude, I lost my train of thought.
Because I put the mushrooms up on the screen. It threw me off.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, that's what
I
it was.
just saw something turn up on
I
the screen.
did
I'm like, is that
50
a brain?
grams
Yeah,
last night for you,
for
so you don't have to.
But so
do-
using a psychedelic for spiritual reasons, you think is
Oh, yeah, right. So, I mean, there's like a long precedent in that, with certain religions.
Sure.
But like, despite that, like someone did try to sue the government because, they wanted to use mushrooms in a spiritual way.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
think it made its way up to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court was like, nope, sorry. Sucks to suck.
Yeah, I think, didn't they try and legalize mushrooms in California? And
It is.
Yes, they did.
And
On a state level, yeah.
And the governor, what's his name?
Gavin Newsom.
Gavin Newsom, who happens to have been a mayor of what city?
He was the mayor of San Francisco.
That's yeah.
But it's now legal in certain counties in California. You know
Yeah.
that, right? So
Yeah.
DMT,
Naturally occurring
mushroom.
psychedelics,
What's
yeah.
up with acid?
naturally occurring.
So it's so
Yeah.
stupid because like chemically like they're kind of different, but in terms of like how they respond to humans and like how it responds in the brain and how the
Yeah.
brain like reacts with it, it's actually super similar. They both like affect a part of the serotonin a type of serotonin receptor called a 5-HT2A serotonin receptor. They both are experientially super similar.
Yeah.
So yeah, it makes no sense. If you're gonna allow mushrooms, you should probably also allow LSD. It's not a big deal, even though people think
It's
it's
true.
a big deal.
I mean,
That's different.
LSD is gonna be. It's gonna be part of the. It's gonna be part of the pharmaceutical companies.
I hope not.
I think if they come out with somebody's gonna come out with LSD eventually. If they're gonna legalize mushrooms, there'll be like pharmaceutical companies with LSD. I mean,
Well, they're doing that with ketamine.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
was
they've
gonna
done that with
say.
ketamine ketamine is originally an anesthetic, so they've been
Yeah.
doing it with ketamine for a while, especially abroad. Like in
Yeah.
India, they use ketamine just like regularly for anesthetics,
yeah.
as an anesthetic. But yeah, now the FDA has approved it as a treatment for depression.
So they've reclassified the drug.
I think it was always a Schedule 3 because it was used as an anesthetic.
Right, but I meant as in not that reclassification, reclassified its use.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how often ketamine is used in the United States as an anesthetic anymore. But yeah,
But that was the only use. It wasn't never used as a mental health drug.
Yeah, not for the majority of its use. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so we're starting to see it with that. We're starting to see microdosing with mushrooms. We're starting to see a lot.
I'm
of
old
those
school. I'm old school about medicating with St. Ides. St. Ides. I'm down about. I'm a weed person. I have a friend who, he had a drug habit. Now he's on legal Norcos, and I'm like, aren't you just going from one drug habit to another? Now they give you Norcos. I'm all about keeping it St. Ides.
Yeah.
Marijuana.
Oh yeah.
Mushrooms are okay. I'm down with mushrooms too,
Yeah.
I would do mushrooms, but I'm never alone. Isn't it scary to think like this is 2025 and you could never be alone, I'm never alone.
I don't think it bothers me. Like I like being around other people, or
I'm down with it too,
Yeah.
I think the time I'm most alone is in the movie theater. Like in the movie theater, you can still feel like you're all alone, your own little world and stuff. But,
Yeah.
yeah, nah. I watch TV with my mom at night. It's beautiful.
That's nice.
I know. It's
Yeah.
hard to find things my mom and I like to watch.
What are you guys watching?
My mom's big on Survivor. She likes The Amazing Race and Survivor.
That's cool. I used to watch Survivor when I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
Like it was hot shit. Like in our family, like when it was Survivor night, like everybody
Yeah.
like gathered around the TV.
I think we've seen every episode. We saw every. We've actually seen Survivors in other countries.
Oh yeah.
That's how bored we are. We were watching Survivor. I literally, dude. I don't understand why we can't have survivors from all over the world. They're done all over the world and stuff. You got any plugs? Or you want to?
That's funny. I was on that one.
Oh cool.
Hell yeah!
Okay.
I mean, you like your music, you should play it live and stuff.
Yeah, I should. There's actually a venue near where I live that might be a good fit. It's just a matter of connecting with other groups and other bands,
yeah.
other musicians.
Well, let me tell you. I saw Depeche Mode in 1991
Nice.
and Shoreline, and let me be honest with you, it was like 3 keyboards on the stage. There was no instruments anywhere, and the music started. They hadn't even come out yet, and for years I felt kind of like weird about it. Like, I mean, these people don't even play instruments, but now I see the magic. But back then, I'm like, yeah, it was like 3 keyboards.
Yeah.
That was it, like computers,
Sometimes that's all you need.
Yeah, I mean, it was like some of the best music ever made, but
Yeah.
I mean, now that kind of shit is respected, you know. But I kept thinking like the whole time, like, where are the instruments? God damn it! I played the trombone for a year, you know.
Oh, that's cool. Like in school.
Yeah,
Nice.
they had music programs when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I think I'm
those
the
are
reason
going
why I
away.
got canceled in my school district. I think I was just so bad. They just said, "No more music. Fuck it."
Yeah, that sucks when they cut. Like, it's always like music and arts that they cut first. And like,
Yeah.
being a musician, like, I really appreciated having like a chance to learn more about music and
Oh.
get exposed to like jazz and other.
Do you play a
forms
lot
that
of
I don't.
instruments, or you play the guitar?
Yeah, I'm not a crazy good guitar player, but I'm okay. Like, I'm okay. I play guitar. I can play bass because they're very similar.
You're a
and-
deadhead, aren't you? Are you a deadhead?
Oh, I have a Grateful Dead tattoo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
oh,
I have a
yeah.
box. I have a box of Rain on my arm.
Are you going to Vegas to watch them, or
I wish. No.
you should go? It's not even that expensive.
But also, like, Phil Lesh is dead, like.
Who cares?
I
He
know,
just
but-
died.
I know.
Okay.
It's just.
Who cares?
I don't know.
Who
Like.
cares? John Mayer's there.
Who?
John
Like
Mayer.
Jerry Garcia died, right?
Yeah, and Jerry.
And
Well,
Mayer.
yeah, but. Yeah.
Did it die when he died?
Not for
Will
me.
it die when
I-
Will dies? When will it die? When will the
It-
Grateful Dead die?
You know what, man? I
On the
mean,
next Junkyard Rat.
dude, there's gonna be Grateful Dead's gonna live on forever and stuff. You know.
Oh yeah. Of
I think
course.
there's got to be some talented grandkids somewhere there. Keep that band going. There's something about just being at that type of stuff, you know?
Yeah, I hear it's like
Yeah.
super communal, and I hear it's like really. I hear it's like kind of like. I mean, not like Burning Man in the sense like that is
Yeah.
the same experience, but like it's like communal and like life changing and shit like that.
Well, I just gotta say that I grew up in the '80s, and I'm kind of shocked. The elevator music you hear these days is the music I grew up on. I'm that fucking old, you know. The music I grew up on is the standard music you can play that's not gonna upset anybody.
Yeah, I was on hold the other day and it was like Led Zeppelin. And I was like,
Right.
really?
I saw the Led Zeppelin movie. That thing rocked and stuff.
Oh, they have a. I'm so behind on movies. There's a Led Zeppelin
Yeah,
biopic.
it's playing in the Metreon. You should go.
Oh shit, that's cool. What is it? Is it like a documentary? Is it a?
No, it's a documentary. It's put out by the band and stuff. It's
Oh,
pretty-
Wait.
cool.
What did you just say? Is it a documentary? No, it's not a documentary.
It is a documentary.
No.
Well, it's put
Or
out by the band.
rockumentary, sir.
A rockumentary.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
there's been a billion Led Zeppelin documentaries, but this is the only one where the band thought we might as well just, you know. But it reminded me that I came to America on a fucking Pan Am. Why the fuck can't we bring back Pan Am? Pan Am was like, every time I see Pan Am in the movies and TVs, something inside of me just like tingles because I came to America in a motherfucking Pan Am, and I don't understand why. You know, why can't we have Pan Am again?
You should probably see your urologist about the tingle.
Hey, you know.
So,
Let
all
me-
right. So let's play a song before we leave out of here. One more song.
Oh yeah, let's
Right
play
on.
another
All
song.
right. So we'll talk about this on the way back, and then last minute plugs, guys. We'll be back.
Cool.
You don't make me feel like I want to. You don't make me feel like I want to. I feel fake and empty around you. I just need a hand to hold on to. Take away the pain that I go through. I just disappear when I'm on you. I hate getting sick. Now my stomach feels like shit. If I take you, I might quit. But if I quit, I crumble down into pieces. You don't make me feel like I want to. And you don't make me feel like I want to. Little white pills on the floor now. This is never how I wanted this to go down. Wanna run away till I can figure this out. Little white
song. I'm just turning it down because we can. Okay. Sorry. There you go. Sorry. I
It's
should
been
be pausing it
24
because
hours
it's still
since I
coming
felt
through
this
the mic.
way.
Sorry, guys.
I distract myself.
There's another song for you. All right, Chris, go for it.
Right
This
on.
is some great music. I really like it. Where can they find it?
You can find it on Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Music, wherever music is being sold or streamed. That's where you can find it. So just Lil Favor, LILFAVOR, 2 words, like a favor, like someone's doing you a favor.
Like down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, anywhere. Yep, sure, totally, most definitely, absolutely.
Yeah, you should sing live. Like, that area's got a lot of like nightclubs and stuff.
Yeah, I auto-tune my voice a lot. I'm gonna be honest about that. I probably shouldn't say that like publicly, but I tune the crap out of my vocals.
Not me. My voice is beautiful, you know.
Oh yeah, totally.
What do you think about my voice?
I think you have a very lovely voice. I think it makes a lot of sense that you're a comedian.
Have you shared your unauto-tuned voice with anyone before?
I mean, abortion, like I did tune that a little bit, but like that's pretty much what I sound like.
It sounds pretty good.
But
like,
that's actually, like I said, you had great musicality and tonality.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
So
But I mean, how would you sound naturally? Could you sing that low or?
I can sing. So like for that last song, like singing the upper parts, like that, like upper octave part, like that's kind of hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty high up there. Yeah. So.
No, that's a good song and stuff.
So that we keep up with you as a Lil Favor on everything you do.
Exactly. Totally. Most definitely.
And then Chris, what do you got? Do your shameless plugs before we leave.
I got a goddamn show in Gilroy, the Comedy Church Esquibacase. It's gonna be like, I'm blind as hell. I don't know. It's in Gilroy, March 8th. What's the name? Oh wait, you can't see either. I mean, yeah, it's in Gilroy. It's in downtown Gilroy with Ashley. It's gonna be a fun show. It's a free show. Go look it up on my Instagram.
All right, cool. And then for me, what do I have? I have, geez, that was great of you, Paul, to have that stuff ready for yourself. You have, oh my gosh, look how far I have to go back to find my plug. Oh, here it is. It's on, I believe it's Thursday, March 27, 2025. And it's at Payne's Restaurant Comedy. It's going to be from, doors open at 6:30, show starts at 7. You can get your tickets at the QR code on any of my pages on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever it is. Again, it's on March 27th, 2025. And it's comedy, dinner, and that at Payne's Comedy Restaurant in... or Payne's Steak Restaurant in Hollister. There you go.
That's what I'm talking about. What about you? You got plugs?
Just check out my music, Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere where anything is being streamed. Check out Abortion. Couple songs on there. Best one, Pickle in My Pocket, for sure.
Abortion rocks.
Oh, thank you.
I'm sorry,
I appreciate that.
I really like that song.
Thank
I really
you.
like that song.
I really appreciate that.
Oh yeah.
Right on. So yeah, if you could check that out,
yes.
I'd be most grateful.
That's great.
All right.
Thanks for being on and stuff,
Yeah, dude. Thanks for having me. This has
being
been
on.
fun.
Have you been in this area before? Or?
Yeah. I've been in this area before.
Yeah. What do you think about this area? Like,
I think it's cool. There's a lot going on. It seems to be kind of in the center of everything, which is cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's a pizza place like a block and a half away. That's really good.
Oh yeah. I can't have cheese, which really sucks
can't
ass.
have
Yeah,
cheese.
isn't that a bummer? Yeah.
Neither can I, but I will close my eyes when it comes.
He'll still let you let him buy him a slice.
Oh yeah. I do cheat on the side. Once in a while, I do have some pizza.
All right.
Cool.
We out of here.
Yes, thank you for being on. Thank you, Paul. I'm Junkyard Rat. This is 420. It's a fun show. Come back. I think we got Stephen Ferris next week.
Oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
you should come back on anytime you want. We're always on at this
Right
time.
on. Cool. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
We out, guys.
Oh,
See ya.
yeah.